Shalom. I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, and double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that taught us His word. I just want to do a video on, the chariots of Israel, what everybody calls UFOs, but in actuality, these are the vehicles that the angels move around in. They move from dimension to dimension. Those are the angels flying those ships. And the Most High, these ships have been around since the beginning of time, the creation. They're here now, and they're going to take part in destroying America and delivering the elect. And they're also going to be in the kingdom as well. The elect, Israel, they're going to enjoy the chariots when that time comes. But the first scripture I want to get is Psalms 68 and 17. The chariots of the Most High are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai, the holy place. Yeah, the chariots of the Most High, even thousands of angels, because the angels are the ones operating those vehicles. And the Most High is going to use those chariots, to there's an innumerable amount of angels out there. The UFOs. I guess there's a document where Esau's coming out and admitting that the UFOs exist. They've been seeing it all throughout history since he first established his space program. Those Apollo missions, those astronauts, they've been seeing the chariots out there. Even the pilots, these Delta pilots, Southwest pilots, they see the chariots as well. But they're told to keep their mouth shut. They want to keep it under wraps. Because Esau fears what he doesn't understand. But it says the chariots of the Most High are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai, the holy place. So the next scripture is Isaiah 66 and 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, his rebuke with flames of fire. You can read about that in the Apocrypha. During the end times, during World War III, the chariots are going to appear, and they're going to blast on these armies, just like in the movie Independence Day. He's also going to use these chariots to help destroy, like I said before, to help destroy, America, to blast on the people, like in that movie, Tom Cruise, it was the remake, Tom Cruise, and how they were just zapping people. The name escapes my mind right now. War of the Worlds, that's what it is. War of the Worlds. There's an original, and then there was a remake with Tom Cruise. And the remake really depicts how the chariots are going to blast those lasers on people. It says, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger and fury, his rebuke with flames of fire. So he's going to use those chariots to bring destruction, and he's also going to use those chariots, to bring deliverance to his people. Revelation, it says, come up out of her, my people, so that they may not take part in her plagues. Yeah, and the elect's going to get beamed up right when the missiles get shut off, and they're going to be delivered. That's what it means to be saved. To get beamed up in those ships and not to take part in that lake of fire when the missiles hit, so that you won't be touched by those missiles, by the second death. It says, this is Isaiah 33 and 1, 31 and 5, Salak. Isaiah chapter 31, verse 5. As birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also, he will deliver it, and passing over, he will preserve it. That he's going to deliver Israel, Jerusalem, the elect. using those chariots as birds flying. That's what's talking about, those UFOs, the chariots of the Most High. It says, as birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also will he deliver it, and passing over he will preserve it. So yeah, those chariots have a role. They had a role in creating the planet. You can read about that in Genesis, the first chapter, where it says, Spirit of the Most High moved upon the face of the waters. When you look that word up, moved, in the Hebrew, that word there means to hover. I forgot what the Hebrew word was, but when you look it up, it means to hover. So it says, Spirit of the Most High moved upon the face of the water. So the chariots had a part in creating the planet. It's going to have a part in destroying parts of the planet, delivering the elect, and also being in the kingdom, to where the elect in Israel can actually use those chariots. The men of the Lord are going to be able to operate those chariots as well. They're going to be able to get in those ships and fly around and go to different planets in those ships. The last scripture is Isaiah 4, verse 5. And the Lord will create upon every dwelling place of Mount Zion, and upon her assemblies, a cloud and a smoke by day, and the shining of a flaming fire by night. For upon all the glory shall be a defense, and there shall be a tabernacle for a shadow in the daytime from the heat, and for a place of refuge, and for a covert from storm and from rain. So it says, upon every dwelling place, the chariot's going to rest on all Israel's houses, wherever they dwell at. There's going to be a big chariot above them, in their house, above their house. It says, like a cloud and smoke by day, and the shining of a flame by fire by night. It goes back to the Exodus, the Exodus, where the Israelites were led out of Egypt, and they followed a cloud by day, and they followed the flame of fire by night, a pillar of fire by night, the chariot that led them out of Egypt. Same thing's going to happen again. Every man's going to have a chariot. Every Israelite man have a chariot above his house to give him cool from the day, shadow from the heat, and to give him to protect him from the rain, from the storms. It's in a place of refuge, and for a covert from storm and from rain. So chariots have always been there, and they always will be there. They're there in the beginning, they're here now, and they're going to be there in the kingdom. And it's a beautiful thing, man. Lord will, scriptures say that these it's like a parlor inside those chariots, man. And being inside of a chariot and be able to go to different dimensions, different planets, it's something to look forward to. The kingdom. Those chariots are a beautiful thing, man. Very exciting. I love whenever you're at camp, the chariots pay you a visit, you see a chariot, zipping by. It's a beautiful thing. It gives you encouragement. Like, yeah, our brothers in that ship. Man, those angels are up there, man, looking down on us. They're protecting us, Even though we can't see them, they're there. And a lot of times they'll manifest themselves to where we can't see them. At camp, it's good motivation. Exciting times, and we're seeing more and more of them as we're approaching the end. So with that, shalom.